Hello world, this is Edward Bevilacqua, the publisher of Ciao Tutti and member of the Italian American Club here in Las Vegas. And we just finished a pretty good meeting, right?
Great meeting,
Okay.
great meeting.
And we had the great opportunity to sit here with Jonas. How do you pronounce it?
Vece. Yeah.
Not Vece. Vece.
That's how they're supposed to do it. I think it's Vece. My parents say Vece, just like VC, but I couldn't use it on stage. People don't understand.
Right.
Jonas Vece. First of all, Jonas is not my real name.
Okay. So wait, you're getting ahead. Okay. So we have the great pleasure at Ciao Tutti to be here with Jonas Vece.
Vece. Correct.
Did you say it like that? Like that?
I do provide it. I have a lot of hand movement.
And you are most famous for what? What was your first most famous thing?
I started off street corner singing, and that's back in New Haven, Connecticut, which is kind of.
You know, Ciao Tutti goes to New Haven.
I know they do. I know they do. I'm registered.
But that's what your first most famous thing for the street?
My daughter, Cher TV, she'll be getting it at magazine.
Good.
And I started on the street corners, and I was only 15 years old. And of course, I quit school because I was a star. You know, I had that limousine, and this is all street corners. So I had a record out.
You know, limousine is a street front singer?
No, but I got a record out, and the record started selling. It was like #1 for 13 weeks in a row.
What was the song?
She Gives Me Fever.
She Gives Me
by
Fever.
the Premiers.
Okay.
So I thought I was something.
You were 15?
I was 15. I quit school. I didn't need school anymore because I was a star in New Haven.
Yeah. Now, what's the hair like? Same?
The hair was very strange. I've always had a problem with my hair. I had a Chicago flat top, if anybody remembers that. Mike Bosco, do you remember the Chicago flat top? They put a level on your head, and then it's like a golf course. It's just flat, and then it goes back into a DA. And that's what I had, and that haircut actually gave me a problem in the 60s because the British invasion came over, and they were all playing their own instruments. The Beatles. Before then, we were the street corner singers, or you do your bandstand thing, and of course you never get paid for any of this stuff. You know, you get like $14 for gas and for a cup of coffee, and you do the bandstand. That's your promotion, and then in turn,
American Bandstand?
yeah, I did the part Caravan Stars. I did it. And that's when bandstands were all over. Every city had a bandstand. And so you had to do the bandstand.
What year was this?
Then they were
1980?
No, this is 1960.
60. Okay.
So you do their bandstand, then you got to do their record hop at night for free. So they play your record just like it's a form of KO.
Got it.
Right? So I'm on some good record labels. I'm with the Mystics, the Passions, Beyond, Bro. It's all like the same record label. Then that British invasion came.
And did they call it that then? Back then, did they call it the British invasion?
I'm calling it that now because everyone's put me out of business. I don't know what to, but I didn't play an instrument, so I never really got into the Beatles and that stuff. And as a matter of fact, I loved their writing, but I didn't think they had a real lot of soul. I like Paul McCartney. I was more into Mick Jagger because the front man out front. You know,
yeah.
And see, I got married, and then I started realizing I should be making money off this. You know, because now I'm 19. I married my childhood sweetheart. I'm only 19, but I realized I got to get a job, so I started driving a truck because I couldn't make a living singing. You know, only just on a weekend, on a holiday or something. And this goes on and on until like my big break was when I went on unemployment because then I had a chance. And I got into the Holiday Inn, and they booked me for like a week solid. I made a full paycheck, you know. And then my goal was always to come to Las Vegas because it was the only, you know, I thought like $50,000 a week is big money. No, not at all. When I got there, I realized it was $50,000 a night. 50,000 a night. Sinatra was pulling down like 75,000 a night.
Okay, wait, hold on. Now, what did your dad do when you were growing up?
He's an engineer, and we had our own race cars. We had several race cars. We raced, and he always had guys in the garage who was fixing all the neighbors' cars and stuff. That was kind of his hobby.
Okay.
So, you know.
So he's good working with on-stand building machines.
Oh yeah. And he plays sax also.
Okay.
And when I start getting good at my craft, he starts bringing the sax out again. Start playing like at my uncle's bar, and with a piano player and some guys singing. And my mother used to go crazy. She wouldn't even go down and listen to him. You know, so as I progressed, I ended up getting work. I
Well, when did you first come here?
Country. Well, I wanted to come here because the whole world was funneled into Las Vegas at that time. There was no gambling around. When I played Atlantic City, it was a steel pier. You know, and there was no gambling, so the whole
steel pier.
Yeah, I remember. And Palisades Amusement Park and Cousin Brucey and Dion. I just had the best life ever. I don't regret anything.
Wait, you grew up in where?
New Haven.
New Haven. Okay.
New Haven is
right for Yale.
Correct. And Pepe's Pizza.
Okay, Pepe's Pizza.
Which I'll be going back to. I'll be coming to you Wednesday. I'm going back home for a couple of weeks.
Oh, cool.
Good. And get some good Italian food and go to fish, especially.
Like where?
Pepe's, and then I go to the Fishtail, which my daughter's Dawn Ortiz is the general, the top waitress there.
Okay.
And I go over there, and we have oysters. They have a happy hour. We have oysters on a half shell, 50 cents a piece.
Wow.
And my whole family gets around, and we just eat. I just take pictures on my Facebook. That's all you see.
Okay. So you're traveling around the country.
I'm traveling all around the country. And
what's your big song at this time?
No, that's what we're getting to. Okay. Now I moved to I start traveling. I'm traveling like all around the country, here, there. I'm going from Florida to Mississippi.
It's just like a few nights at a time?
No, a week at a time.
A week at a time.
Then I did an Air Force tour also, and those were all one-nighters. Okay. I did like 13 states in just like a couple of weeks. It was supposed to be, if you went 300 miles, they give you the night off. And some of these bases were like 292 miles apart. I swear to God. They had it down, you know, and you had to share your bathroom. And it was the thing where it was so confusing because the same guard, everybody looks the same. You do one night and you're out in Mobile, Alabama, then you're Florida's got like 5 bases for the Air Force. And if you get so confused, my wife would say, where are you? And I don't know. I'm in Myrtle Beach or I'm in Virginia Beach or something, you know, and then I would start.
What was your band called?
Well, at that time, I changed it to Jonas because I was with the Premiers at first, and I was a background singer, you know, I sang background. And I started to get the taste of wanting to be in front, you know, and just try to have a good time. And be a ham, which I am. I'll never be cured. And
get that? Ham never.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, that's where you come in, nephew. And so what I did was, where was I? I was talking about the.
You're on these army bases, these military bases.
Yeah, and it drove me nuts, and I didn't want to do it no more. The one night is just you had to break down equipment every night, all that. I moved to New York for about a month and put together a friend of mine, Wes Farrell, acquaintance. I knew him because I did a lot of studio work. I did some backup for this guy, Johnny Maestro, who everybody should know his name. Okay. He's 16 Candles, Brooklyn Bridge, and all that. I did backup for him. And I met this Wes Farrell who wrote My Girl Sloopy, which changed to Hang On Sloopy. So,
why did it change?
Well, I don't know why they changed it, but here's what happened. So different groups start doing this song. I did the demo. Yeah, I did the demo. But that's when that British invasion had come in.
Right.
And the haircuts, which I
Right.
told you earlier, played a big part in it. I didn't get to do that song because of my haircut.
Huh.
Because I had a flat top, but they were looking for the bangs, that type of look, and people that played instruments. And I was the Mick Jagger. They were,
Huh.
so it ends up Rick Derringer ends up getting the song. He listens to my demo,
Yeah.
and he ends up doing the song, and Ohio State bought the song.
Ohio State.
It's the Ohio State song now.
Oh, it is?
They bought all the rights to it. Yeah.
Huh.
Years ago.
Why is that?
Because it's well, they thought that the Rick Derringer was from Ohio, because he said back in those days you had to be, if you were like in someplace in Springfield, Massachusetts, you would say you were from Boston. You know, you had to be cool.
Yeah.
So he lived in Union City, Indiana, and right across the bridge was Dayton, Ohio. So they said they were from Dayton, Ohio.
Got it.
The McCoys, but they weren't really. And they had the uniforms and everything, and so they ended up doing the tour, making all
And
the
how
money.
did you feel when that happened?
Pretty pissed, to tell you the truth. It's you know, but it's like anything else. I did a lot of background stuff, you know, studio work, and I got a lot of free time also, because we knew all the engineers, and we did backup for different singers, and then we'd be doing our own songs. And we did pretty well. I had like an 18-piece orchestra.
Wow.
And I was, they wanted to make us to do Four Seasons, because the Four Seasons had just left the record label, and they put us on Phillips. And Van McCoy, the guy that wrote The Hustle, dun, 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 he and this guy Wally Roker, who was the bass singer for the Heartbeats. And do you remember Heartbeats? You're 1,000 miles away, but anyway, they put the whole orchestra together for us, and all that. I ended up getting to Vegas after all this traveling. I got offered to come here, and it was
How old were you?
when I came here in '78. So 15? I don't know, 48 or so. I know, you lose track of time in Vegas. There's no clocks. You just lose track. And so I ended up getting here, and it was very difficult to get. It's like I said earlier, everybody wants to come here and be Tom Jones and make all this big money. Well, my first job was at this place called the Jolly Trolley.
Jolly Trolley.
Do you remember that place?
No. Jolly
No.
Trolley?
It was
Where was that, dude?
it was across from the Sahara, like in there.
Huh.
And it was, I forgot, the Foxy's was across the street. And this was and Marilyn Chambers was working with me.
Wow.
Do you remember her?
Yeah, I do remember her. That name I do know.
Well, I don't know what the hell she was doing, but they wanted me to take the door, so I made like $18, $19. So, and got my van broken into because I didn't know my way around that saying something.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome to Las Vegas, that's right. And it was a really tough thing to get in here. I was working at the marina, and my manager ended up getting the Hiltons to come see me. So Dick Lane, and I came to the little marina there to see me. They liked me, and they said, we'll give you a couple weeks at the Flamingo. So I go in there, and I'm doing real good. You know, I'm really kicking it. And at that time, you worked 6 days a week, and they would book you for like 4 weeks at a time. So I would do 4 weeks at the Flamingo Hilton, 4 weeks at the Las Vegas Hilton, then walk to the Reno Hilton. It was like the Vegas, the Nevada circuit. Wendover, Nevada, and Carson City. All these, and they kept me busy, but they didn't want me to work like this up in town. So I worked exclusively for the Hiltons. And
So you had your own band? Or did that change? Like, did the band go with you when you went to Reno?
Oh, let me tell you something. The last band I had, they were with me for about 7 years, the same people. And it was great because they knew everything I was going to do right on the spot. And that's what you need. But when I was traveling on the road, these people didn't have get up and go that I wanted. You know, the drummers start getting sloppy, and they want to go home, and this one's got a girlfriend, this one wants to get married, the bass player slams his head in the floor, and you got to keep replacing people constantly. You know? And I'm driving around this van, and yeah, the van, and you know, you had your co-pilot had an atlas map, and he's looking at it. We had no cell phones,
Right.
so that's, you know, you go to about 70, you take a left, and that's how we end up. I don't know how we end up navigating.
So you do it because you love it.
I do because I absolutely love it. Yeah.
In those hard times when everything's going wrong.
And
Frustration.
I had to file a bankruptcy because with my manager, because he wanted to send me to Brownsville, Texas. He said, "Oh, we don't have nothing there." I lost the Hilton account because they lost Atlantic City, and I don't know how they. I don't know if I should say this, but they didn't think they were a great establishment. They thought it was a little shady. The Hiltons, yeah. So I was supposed to open up there, and they gave me 6 weeks, and I had my whole family reserved to come down on buses and all. And all of a sudden, like, they didn't get their license because certain Italian people were involved in it, and so now I got 6 weeks open. You know, I'm married, I got kids and stuff. And my manager says, "Well, we got to go to Brownsville, Texas." I said, "No, I ain't going to Brownsville, Texas." It's like, you know, he sits back, throws a dart at the map, and that's where you're going. He's sleeping, and I'm driving. The other guy's looking at the map, and he runs, and that's how it goes. And so I said, "I'm not doing it. I'll just cut your commission, and I could work on my own." And that's what I did. And of course, he sued me, and he had a lot of money. He was on the cover of Millionaire magazine and all this thing. I didn't have. You know, it's hard. Money talks. You know, that way. He got Ray Charles' attorney. I got Lionel Sawyer from Collins. They were a big offer here in town. And of course, they did it because they were all friends of mine. They all come up to see my show. And they said, "We're not going to let this guy get away with this." But anyway, I had to end up filing bankruptcy. And I just spoke myself from that point on. Because I could work for less money.
Sure.
And not have to go traveling. I didn't want to go traveling all the time.
So were you living here at that time?
Pardon?
Were you living here?
Yeah. I had
So
a house
you
here.
moved
I had like 3 houses here at the time. You know, and I had rental properties and stuff. And I'm not going back on the road again. You know, I spent so much time on the road with, you know, some freaking snowstorms and blizzards and floods.
Changing
Everything.
tires,
You got
putting chains on.
Yeah, I've worked how many transmissions I've gone through and stuff like that, and stuck on the side of the road, and how many dumps, how many places that didn't pay me, or gave you a rubber check. No,
They just say, sorry.
I'll tell you something. A lot of these places were, like when I worked around up in Boston, I was supposed to get this amount of money. I go down to get my money. I got my contract with me. 2 guys come to get me. First of all, walk me down the hallway. The other guy's sitting at the desk. He says, "Don't stop the money. It's like $400 short." I said, "It's short $400. I took out my contract. I laid there and showed it to him. "No, here. That's the deal." So the 2 guys escort me out. And there was a lot of that going on, you know. I mean, what are you going to do? I went up to Duluth, Minnesota one time, and oh my gosh.
Any comments, dude?
I can relate.
You can relate to him. Yeah, I got my friends there. Mike Boston, he's from New Haven. For all you people back in New Haven,
Right.
we sang together on the street corners. So he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And with Sal, his wife.
So you guys
they're
met
here.
Dominic, that was down at the Las Vegas Country Club in the Towers?
Yeah, I didn't know he lived in the towers. Oh, gee, boy, if I knew that, would have been nicer to him. Yeah, we know that now.
Okay. He's the guy that got us into New Haven.
Oh, is that
Because
right?
Ciao Tutti was in Bridgeport. And he said, no, you don't really want Bridgeport.
No, you don't want Bridgeport. You really don't want New Haven either, but at this point. But no, it'll be good. They have Mike and I come from down by Worcester Street, with Becky's Pizzas and all those places. It's a little Italy, and it's wonderful down there. But then there's other parts you don't want to go to. Like any city, I guess, like here, you'll go to Northtown to parties. You know, I live near the South Point, so it's nice out there.
Sure.
But you know, if you don't know your way around, if you go, say Las Vegas Boulevard, you just keep going. You could, you know, some
Like
bad
the
areas.
Western, did you ever perform at the Western?
Western. No. No. I played the Fremont. I played the whole Boyd circuit. California Club, the Fremont, all those places.
Okay.
Sam's Town.
So now wait, so when you went on your own, then where did you start playing here in Vegas? After the
Hiltons. So after the Hiltons, I just started booking myself. So I played the Aladdin, the Dunes. Maxim was a great place. Maxim, about 9 rounds, and just all the places, you know. And 'cause I could afford to do it because I wasn't paying my manager.
Yeah.
Well, then I ended up. I was at the Barbary Coast, like playing. It's all coming to me. You're bringing it out. I'm on stage. Who was it? Oh, I don't want to mention this guy. But
Frank Sinatra.
no. Well, I did have a thing with Sinatra. He came in to see me at the MGM and hired me. So I went to go play a party for him. So I'm back there, and it's me and Frank Sinatra, Richard Stern, who's the, you know Richard? Yeah. He's the entertainment director. He's still the entertainment director. And so he says, Sinatra wants you back there. Mr. Sinatra wants you back there. And so I go back there, and there's Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra Jr., there's Frank Sinatra, you know, and everybody's back there. And we stayed there, and I said to Richard, I said, I want to talk to Frank. I can't, because I have a lot of, you know, stuff to tell him. I know,
Just ignore that. Just ignore it.
We're doing the interview here.
Thank you. Yeah, so you wanted to talk to Frank Sinatra, Mr. Sinatra.
Yeah. So we're there, and now it's 6 o'clock in the morning. He's got his bottle of Jack Daniels there, and they're walking out. And I said, Richard, I want to talk to him. I know Vince Falcone, his dad, but back then he's Sinatra musical director. I said, I got something to say to him. I'm not going to just say, hey, I love your music. So he's walking out, you know, and Richard looks at me and goes, like, shut up, Joe. Don't say nothing. And so I didn't say nothing, but it was a real privilege to be here. And
Think about saying something.
just to, yeah. Well, just to be in his presence. And all those celebrities at that time,
Yeah.
you know,
Now, do you
I mean,
regret that
I
you
was
didn't
in
say
awe
something?
because this is what I dreamed of all my life, and these people, and I'm there, you know. And I'm
Did you
thinking,
regret not saying anything? Like
oh, I
looking back,
didn't, whoa,
looking back, do you wish you had?
no,
I
I
did the right thing.
I did the right thing because he was pretty temperamental about that stuff. You know, you weren't allowed to say hello to him unless he said hello to you first. You know,
So
that,
yes, make eye
that was
contact.
kind of, yeah, our dressing rooms were right next to each other. And at the MGM. And it's, you know, he's a wonderful, wonderful singer. And it's a privilege to have him come in and see your show because not everybody gets that.
Right.
You know, so that's what makes me feel good in my heart. So here, now it's the 80s, and the music is slowing down. As the people are from Vegas, you know it, there's hardly any lounging going on. It's just, you can't make a living doing lounge music. And for sure, I'm not going on the road. Now I'm like 50 years old, or 60. I don't know how old. But I know how old I am now, 70. but this is the end of the 80s. It's like 1992.
About 30 years ago.
About 92, yeah. So I got to get a job. I don't have any skills. Remember, I quit school.
Right.
I got no calluses on my hands. I didn't know.
You drove a lot.
I did, yeah, and I did drive a truck. I'm a teamster also.
Okay.
Thank you. Local 443. And but I didn't really have any skills. And now I'm getting older. I could even work construction. They wouldn't hire me to do that. You know, I'm not in shape. I don't have a callus. So I get a job. I have mental health.
Zoolander?
Zoolander? Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
So is that kind of like the career crisis he was going through?
Yeah.
When he became a
I'm
coal miner for a
Zoolander.
couple days?
Jeez, you got me. I went to mental health, and I was a technician there. They for the state, and it's like the same audience. The people there, hey, Jonas, what are you doing here? I said, I work here. What are you doing here? And they said, remember me? I used to run Keno, the Tropicana, you know, and I'm so happy I got that job because it was a good job working for the state, and I enjoyed it. And I would sing to them and play games. You know, I had fun with them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also had to strap them down sometimes. You know, I met probably 4 different presidents of the United States and first ladies and stuff, presidents of other countries. But it was a great job. I served my time. I did about 15 years. So I got a pension. And so that brings me to this point now. I played bocce at the Italian American Club.
How did your team do? I didn't see you win any awards last week.
No, we did. We're sore winners. We came in 11th
Out of 12?
out of 15, I think.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Well, you know, we're not bad players, but they got some good players here, really good players. Yeah,
They take it seriously. I know.
very serious.
Some people.
We've had several shouting matches out there and everything. It's all in fun, but some are more serious than others.
Okay,
But, so that's
do you
why
play
I
bocce?
What's that?
No. Duke's not on team. Huh?
That takes out.
Yeah.
So that's what brings me up to this point now, from the 50s to here. So I'm retired, and I got my pension from the state, thank God. And I still go out to sing once in a while. Whenever I sing with Cedro's Armada when he comes in town. He used to be the biggest draw here. You know, Cedro's Armada, and he did all the talk shows and opened for Willie Nelson and all. He's just really hot.
Wow. Now, how long have you been a member of the club?
This time, just a couple years, I think. I just started back up again.
Okay. What about the last time?
The last time I was
When did you first become a member?
well, when they first had the San Gennaro,
Oh,
they
that's
had it
30
here.
some years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time with dirt. That's when I came here.
Did
And
you
then
perform in it?
I performed in a lot of San Gennaros. As a matter of fact, I was the Grand Marshal for 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was in charge of the Avest. And so I'm happy now. I'm happy.
Now, when you
My life is over. I'm happy. No, I just had everything in the world to be thankful for. You know, I got wonderful children, and my wife's wonderful, understanding, obviously, because I'm always in trouble.
Now, the first time you came to Las Vegas, how old were you?
Well, it was 78, 1978. I'm 70 now, so you do the math.
That was
I quit
37 years
school.
ago. So
How old?
that was 37 years ago.
Wow.
So you're 33.
You know what? Time does go by fast.
But you always wanted to come here. So how did you
Oh, I
feel?
always
Do
wanted to come
you remember the first day you got here?
Yeah,
Did you fly or drove?
trouble. 2 lanes, 15 was 2 lanes. It was all Gopi would like this here. You got the guy reading the map, get off at the Sahara.
And what did you think when you first saw Las Vegas in the distance?
I thought that I wanted to live here, perform here, and I
When
did.
it was way in the distance.
Yeah,
Like it was, okay, we finally see it.
you know, I almost got killed for performing here. I mean, there was a big feud between management and, you know, they really wanted to, some people didn't like the idea of me being here,
Huh.
but other people that were more powerful liked the idea of me being here, so that's the way it worked back then.
Okay, but you liked Las Vegas from the day you got here?
I loved it. I loved it. At one time I had 5 homes here. And I'm not speaking to you, IRS. I've got a nice modest home here. And my wife is a lot younger, so she's still working. So I just hang out by the pool all day, then people come down here, meet the guys. And
Do you go to the Fiore?
I used to go. I'm going to go this weekend, next weekend.
Who's at Fiore next week? Robin Leach was last. Did you go to Robin Leach?
No.
Did you go to when Bob Anderson was?
No,
The televised?
we all went down to see Bob Anderson,
Yeah.
Sinatra.
Well, club one time.
That was a wonderful show. Wonderful show. I've known Bob for a long time too. And Vince, you know, I wanted to get back and say hello to him. I haven't seen him in 30 years.
Mhm.
And that's a real deal. He's Sinatra's charts and everything, and he's just fabulous. I didn't get a chance to say hello to him that night because
Everything.
fellow Max
Where's
White.
the drums?
And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I go down there and play bocce, I eat. But I'm going to go to Fiore because there's a fellow by the name of Joe Condon. And his son, Darren, played guitar for me for years, and we're still very close. And Joe Condon, if you Google his name, was one of the higher up people in Las Vegas. He did guns, engraving guns for Sandy Davis, who was a gun twirler. Elvis, he did guns for Elvis. And who else did he got one for you, right? For Duke. You got one for Duke. So I want to bring his son down and to see Nelson because Nelson knows the family good.
Sure.
And there's not many left in the family because they're just getting older.
Now, what other Italian restaurants do you like? Okay.
You know, I used to go to Carluccio's a lot because I lived right there. And then I used to go to the old bootlegger.
Okay. Not the new boot.
No, the old one, because I lived right there in Paradise Village.
Yeah, but you don't live too far from the new boot. If you
No, I
live
don't.
there,
I don't at all. But I don't get out there.
Okay.
I don't. You know, once in a while I stop there. But
Where else?
I like the South Point. They have a good Italian restaurant
Yeah,
there.
what's that one called? Don Vito's?
Don Vito's, yeah. I like it there. I
Okay.
like it there.
What about the
I could walk there from my house.
What about the
I've only been to the probably 3 times. And my friend Jonathan from Music Magic, they play there once in a while. You know Jonathan? Yeah. They're a real good dance band. I mean, yeah. Even then, they have to, 2 nights here, the night here. They do the Tropicana, I think, for a night. They do the M for 2 nights. So it's very difficult to make a living in this town.
So when you were just a little kid starting out singing before you became famous at 15, what got you into music in the first place?
I just love to sing. And we're from a musical town, a musical city. Five Satin had one of the biggest hit records out in the world. It's still the night. They're just from my neighborhood. The Nutmegs in my neighborhood. There's Gene Pitney, the Carpenters.
Huh.
So Michael Bolton.
These people from the
They're all from me. Yeah,
Oh.
except for Gene Pitney was from Rockville. They called him the Rockville Rocket.
Is that in Connecticut?
Pardon?
Is that in Connecticut?
Yeah, well, yeah. Connecticut's a very small state.
I know.
In an hour, you go away. But right from New Haven was Michael Bolt with Joey Malati, who's the entertainment, the musical director for Barry Manilow. This guy's killing me.
Okay, so so you grew up in an environment where there was a lot of people
Yeah,
singing.
and so you always hung around the corners. The cops would chase you. The stuff there, you'd start saying things. I mean, you'd have sometimes 30 guys.
Now, is this a cappella or what?
Acapella, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how it all started. And then, then I went to you used to hire a band to back you up if you start, making a little money and doing a record hop or putting a little record out on a local label. And that's how it worked. And for me, it worked because I ended up doing well and doing all the bandstands. And
So you were singing a lot every day, just practicing? Not practicing, just out there singing on the street corner?
yeah, and today I don't listen even. I don't even listen to music that much anymore. I don't like the music that's out now, and I have no interest in it. I'd rather watch TV. It's very cool.
Like what?
Dexter. Yeah, I like those guys. CFM, Miami, and that.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, but now my wife watching the Kardashians and this and that. So it's kind of a battle at home with the TV.
Yeah.
So
Who controls it?
I got my own. No, I just let her go. She goes, like I said, she's still working. So she's in bed at 10 o'clock and I'm up till, my schedule's like 2 in the morning. I start to get tired and I sleep till 10 o'clock every day. Exactly. And then I go home to lunch with myself. Just hang out, enjoy my life. It's great.
Well,
It's great.
Jonas, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. We love seeing you down at the club.
Oh, it's a pleasure coming out here.
And
It's one of my main activities in life. Getting in the car and driving to the club.
and your
Entourage.
pals over there,
My entourage.
our entourage, will just scan
Yeah.
over there to,
Hey, I'm in here.
there's the Duke. Who else?
Sal.
Sal.
Introduce yourself. Here we
Sal,
go.
White. Sal, Margaret, Ethan, Mike
Boston.
Mike Boston. Oh,
Mike's from New Haven with me.
Sherry has her head turned away from the camera. So, anyway,
Some nice
Jonas,
panning you did there.
smooth.
Yeah.
I practiced on the street corners. Thank you very much
So we'll wrap
for
this
your
up.
time. Yeah, that was great.
And I hope we got something out of this.
We did.
Yeah.
We got something good.
I could probably go on for days.